Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and the treasure scramble will be up in a few hours. So you absolutely have to set your teams, guys. So today we're going to run through a couple teams that have shown very significant achieving a 90% plus battle rating with some of the teams. So the first one we look at, guys, is of course the Einzelbeto. This team in this PvP spec is a little bit different than you normally see within like the LC or the other PvP aspects because of this. So this is influenced by the forbidden power of the mysterious temple. First 12 seconds of battles, all heroes have their damage increased by 80%. That is the big reason why these formations are a little bit different than you see with the traditional PvP formations. Is looking here, we have Ions, we have Leo, we have Baba Yaga. All three of these do a considerable amount of damage, especially when you look at the PvP aspect, which is further boosted by an 80% damage for the first 12 seconds, meaning that we are looking to kill a target within that first 12 seconds. When the first target is killed, the hero who dealt the highest damage on the team, which dealt the killing, will receive 60% attack rating, haste, magical pierce, physical pierce until the end of battle, which is the reason. Now, this team alone has yielded I think it was roughly like a 90% rating when it came to kind of winning within here. Again, we're using a lot of the data that we've seen over on the test server, different places. This has been one of the absolute best teams, I believe, overall. And again, looking at some of the things that we've seen in here, it's been about a 95% plus win rating, which is kind of crazy, but it works out incredibly well. So the second team in here, guys, again, for pretty much the same reason. So you do have a little bit of crowd control in here with Pharrell, but you have Alna and you have Lucretia in the same team. Meta formations are Alna and Grez, but within the PvP aspect, this does work incredibly well because Lucretia will actually gain the immunity of Alna. And then for the same buff that we're getting within the 12 seconds, Athalia with an 80% buff, especially being built, can make a very, very big difference. Now, some people will sub or can sub in Cecilia for Athalia. Not quite as effective, but will still work within the formation. And a majority of these heroes, both in the first formation and the second formation, most players have built. They're more of the common ones. We don't have the rare or the very high-powered. Ulna is a priority. Lucretia is a priority. Athalia, a little bit lower on the priorities, short of a Zolrath, but still does work incredibly well. And again, guys, you have to come in here and you do have to set your formations. If you do not, Lilith is going to set the formations for you. I went ahead over on the test server and I let Lilith just set the formations for me. Didn't work at all. It worked absolutely horrible formations that they built. So make sure, guys, that you come in here and you do go ahead and set all of your formations. So the third team that I'm running is an expensive team, guys. Now, this is a team that is very, very PvP orientated, especially again with that temple buff that we're getting. You have Zolrath in here for the delay. You have Alna in here for the haste and the energy. But then when you look at the damage boost we're going to get for that first 12 seconds, we have Zafriel and we do have Frampton in here, which again are two very high-powered PvP heroes, expensive to build. It is a very expensive build, but when you look at all three of these formations in their entirety, I know I don't have the heroes quite built out where they need to be, so it might not be as effective, meaning that we have the plus 80 engraving to go ahead and add the stars, adding the bonuses in here. I don't run my heroes to a plus 80 engraving. Short of the PvP aspect, there's not much of a reason to run them that high, but all three of these teams, guys, got a 90% or better rating within the Scramble from, again, running on the test server, running on the global. This has been the setup that actually worked incredibly well. And even the last treasure scramble, when you're going through and you're looking at right here, I actually ended right, because when we go through the prestige, I ended right here. This is where I ended. I was kind of going back between the 6,000 and the 5,000, the high fives to early sixes. Kind of went back and forth with the wins and the losses. This is the ultimate goal because of the engraving mats. The engraving mats, guys, are super expensive. I wish they did add a couple more things in here, which I don't know at this point because we can see the rewards that are the daily rewards in here. So make sure, again, that you're picking up all of these daily rewards in here. But I don't know if there's going to be season rewards. I haven't seen, but as you can see, guys, there are next bosses or there are different things that are going to be placed into the next season. So it's very cool. I like how they're changing this up. I like the aspect of it. Plus, it really goes back to being the AFK aspect that we've kind of seen before. All of these currently are empty. So I'm going to hop over to the test server, see exactly where we're at, and see some of the formations that are working over there. All right, guys, so here we are over on the test server. So looking at the arena, Treasure Scramble, my win rate over here is not as good, but look at the loot, guys. That's a pretty decent amount of loot. So we were away 1 day, 12 hours. This is the loot that we acquired. So this is really what we're looking at is the hero essence. You get some bonus gold in there, some EXP, and then also some enchantment tokens, which is pretty good. The teams over here, again, I don't have a lot of the heroes, but what we're looking is the Scramble intel. These are the teams that we were looking at, but I want to see what the leaderboard looks like and see if we can check out some of these teams. Of course, you got to be following the players to look at them, but looking at some of the teams out of here, guys. So veteran treasure hunters, which is exactly where we want to be. So looking here, we have the same variation that we've seen before, but you can see there's a Mortis in here versus running Leonardo in here. So we could definitely look at that. Estrilda seems to make a very strong showing in here. Then, of course, guys, the Awakened Thane. Awakened Thane is an absolute monster within the PvP aspect. If you do have him, incredible. Look at that, guys. Dies Orthos. I have Orthos built. Orthos dies instantly. 0 damage. That's very sad to see, especially when he's going versus Lucretia. But this is the other team that we are looking at on my side. And again, looking here, this is a super, super tough team. This is the Lucretia and the Ulna that we've seen. First team was kind of Eins versus Eins. This is the RNG aspect. Still running Arthur in here, which a lot of players have dropped out Arthur, again, to run Leonardo in there. Down here, again, expensive teams. This is the exact same one, except I do not have Audrey. You can see Audrey did 0 damage here because of, I'm assuming because of Athalia. Athalia will usually kill out Audrey really quick. With Zafriel actually moving over, it was probably the option of that is where Athalia went because they were not available for Zafriel. And you'll also see, guys, look at the star levels. Everything is completely maxed here, which is the reason why this player is number 1. Then this is the team that we were running. This team does incredibly well. The Ulna with Lucretia in here with, of course, Athalia. So a lot of these common teams. This is one I actually ran last season. So this is really big around the support. And a lot of players ask why we do have heroes like Scarlet up front. If you have enough support, and also with PvP, again, it is a little bit different because PvP, you are on the same level. So you're not looking at 100, 150, 200 level deficiencies with running kind of on the same team. It does work incredibly well. And then down here, you can see they had very, very strong team, but now they're running Treznar with Taylene, which again is a very interesting battle. I want to play this one because I'm wondering if, and that's what I thought. I thought that would be a defeat, guys, because looking here, Treznar is a monster, guys. Treznar is an absolute monster when it comes to the PvP aspect. He has just been dominating team comps, which I figured looking at the win here, I didn't know exactly how effective it would be, but this is a very, very strong comp as well. So guys, that just kind of summarizes and kind of rounds out where the teams are. I know there might not be a lot of players that have a lot of these heroes built, but the Treasure Scramble is now a permanent event, meaning that as you're going through it, guys, you can adjust and change your teams as you see fit, or as you try to increase your win rates over other teams, you can really break it down and see exactly what heroes are working well and what heroes you need to be working on to increase what you're getting within the Treasure Scramble. Even here, guys, we're already in the Treasure Adapt. So again, next one, we start picking up Poke Coins, then we get a little bit of engraving mats, and then ultimately the end engraving mats. I'm not strong enough over here to actually do that part, but there are a lot of comps. So pay attention to your leaderboard. Make sure you 100% put your teams in here, guys. You have to put them in today before the scramble starts tonight. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.